Great morning. I'm short some water. Great morning, everyone. Come on in, come on in. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Another amazing day that God has bestowed upon us. That's what I'm going to say. Y'all come on in, come on in. Good morning. Hey, Stacy Massey in North Carolina. Hey, Jackie Jefferson in North Carolina. Hey, Eveline in Alabama. Yes. You guys come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. I'm excited for today. Oh, yeah, that's good. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Good to see you. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. And let's get it crack-a-lacking. Today is a busy day for me. Got a lot going on. Hey, Summerlin, how are you, gorgeous? Good to see you. Great day, great day, great day. Listen, y'all, so much exciting stuff going on. But before we get started, y'all know how we do. This is my live. I'm going to shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Then I'm going to what? Pour it up, pour it up, pour it up. And then we going to what? Drink it up, drink it up, drink it up. All right. So, thank you for sharing, Stacy. So, here's to being undefeated. How about that right there? Undefeated. Yes. Oh my God. I brushed my teeth right before. I don't go good. It's got that kick. Baby. Pour my husband shot up. He's here this morning. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing. Thank you, Jason, for sharing. Great day, Jason. Great day, great day. Listen, speaking of the Alive, we've got the Alive Challenge. We've got the Alive Challenge. You can get your Alive shots or you can get your Alive in the bottle to participate in the Alive Challenge. Listen, it's a 30-day challenge. It's a 30-day challenge. We're going to go ahead and start on the 7th. On the 7th, of course, I've already started, but we're going to go ahead and start on the 7th. If you want to participate in the Alive Challenge, put Alive in the comments. Put Alive in the comments, and I'll add you to the group. My goal is to drop 10 pounds in this 30-day process. My goal is 10 pounds. If you want to lose some weight, if you just want to start feeling better, right, you can join us in the Alive Challenge. Put Alive in the comments, but I want you to go on and get your orders in so that you can get them in time. I want to show you how simple it is to do an Alive shot. I know y'all, I just took a shot. I'm about to say another one. Don't judge me. All right. So the Alive shot comes in these cute little 2-ounce bottles. Easy to carry. Put them in your pocket, in your purse, in your backpack. Just carry it with you. You're able to shake it up. You don't even have to pour it up. All you have to do is open it up. Shake it up, open it up, and drink it up. Ooh, I like that. Shake it up, open it up, and drink it up. It's as simple as 1 shake, 2 open, 3 drink. Oh my God. Wait. I need this because I got a lot of work to do today. get those last drops, baby. Let me tell y'all something. One of the things that I love about the shots, I done dropped it all on me. Listen, one of the things I love about the shots is that they are so easy. Easy to carry, easy to navigate, like easy. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. So I love that about the shots. So get you some Alive shots. If you want to participate in the Alive challenge, put Alive in the comments. Remember, I can send you some shots. When you order, I can send you some shots so that, you know, you can get started when we get started on the 7th. Let's go, y'all. I'm about to start dropping the graphics and start the group today so that you guys can go on and get in position. With that said, let's get alive, okay? Listen, I came to tell somebody you undefeated. I came to let somebody know, angel number 122, you're undefeated. You are an undefeated foe. Come on now. You are undefeated. Now, y'all may say, Dr. V, but I don't feel undefeated. It does not change the fact that you are undefeated. Listen, if you are alive, if you are here, if you're still going, if you're still moving, you are undefeated. Maybe you may have taken some hits. Yeah, like sure, we all take hits, but baby, you undefeated. I want you to look back over your life just for a minute. I just want you to just do a little flashback. You know, your life flashes before your eyes. I want you to do a little flashback. And I want you to think about the times in your life when you really should have been taken out. You really should have been done for. You really should have not been able to recover or come back. But every time, time after time after time after time you came back, you know what that says to me? Undefeated. Undefeated. You better play with somebody else because I'm undefeated. Listen, I'm telling you that when you understand that you are undefeated, even those blows don't hurt as badly. Okay, I can take a blow because taking blows is a sign of your capacity to handle a challenge, to handle opposition, to handle those things. But that does not mean because you took some blows. Oh, you got a blow in here? Babe, that ain't nothing. I'm still undefeated. I mean, I'll give you your blow, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm undefeated. I remember in my first fight, my first fight in my life, right? My first fight, the girl had been my friend. You know, like I was trying to figure out what was going on, but I was like, you're not going to be walking around here talking all this trash. Let's go. I wasn't even a fighter, but let's go. Fight me, okay? So I said, meet me at the library after school. And she said, okay, then, angel number 133. So we go to the library. I go home, I change. I put on a pajama shirt so that if something happens, you know, it ain't one of my good shirts for school. And get to the library, get down there. We talking. And she kicks me in my stomach, angel number 133. She kicked me in my stomach and I doubled over. I was like, oh, whoa, hold on. I know she didn't just kick me in my stomach. She kicked me in my stomach. I said, hold on. Hold on. She held on. I said, hold on. I'm trying to, probably she didn't kick me in my stomach. I got up. And when I got up, all I could hear was the theme music from Rocky. Dun 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 dun. All I could hear was Rocky theme music. I got up, I did like this. I put my set up. I said, pow, 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 uppercut, pow, 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 pow. But I was going in. She ended up with a black eye, bloody nose, busted lip. Now, I wasn't a fighter, but baby, that day, I channeled all my inner Rocky, and I came through, and I laid blows, and I laid these hands. And so what I know is this. Though she got a blow in, though it doubled me over, though it could have taken me out, it didn't. And I came back and was undefeated. Now listen, I'm not advocating physical violence, but what I'm telling you is this. I know you can look back over your life and find some times when the enemy tried to take you out, when life circumstances tried to take you out, when you should have not made it, when you should have been in a tomb somewhere, when you should have been in a casket, they should have been having your funeral, but you still here because you undefeated. Angel number 144. It don't matter if you lost a battle. It don't matter if you lost a fight. The question is, are you still here? Because that means you can win the war. Undefeated. Yes, Corey. Adrian. I'm serious. I heard the sirens because the people at the library called the police. I heard the sirens, and suddenly, I don't know what happened, but I pimped off. I put my pimp walk off because, listen, I knew. Oh, I was undefeated, baby. Play with somebody else. Don't play with me. Play with somebody else. Don't. That's why I try not to, go into the physical. But listen, listen. I know this. I know I'm undefeated, and I don't care what your size is. I'm like David when he faced Goliath. I don't care how big you are. You know why? I got God on my side. And if I've got God on my side and I got to go to war, I got to go to battle, I got to lay some hands. Oh, I'm winning. What? I'm going to get a whooping? No, not me. I'm not taking no whooping. I'm not taking no whooping. Listen, if I got to give everything I got, whatever I got to do to win, I'm going to win. Do you understand? So why is it that we'll do that in a fight, but in life, we want to bow down? Who? Bow down for what? Bow down for what? The only thing and only one I'm bowing down for is God, period. I bow down to God. Everything and everyone else, no, I'm not bowing down. Not bowing down. When you understand that what God has called you to in your life is greater than your circumstances, it's greater than your situation, it's greater than your trials, it's greater than your missteps, it's greater than what looks like failure, it's greater than all of that, baby, then you'll hold your head up high and say, I'm undefeated. Listen, look, I don't know about nobody else, but I remember we were talking about, I was at a Tony Robbins event. I know people have different feelings about Tony Robbins, but I was at a Tony Robbins event, and he said, you need to choose your power move. A power move is an action that makes you feel strong. It makes you feel powerful. It's something that you do that establishes like, right? So, listen, my power move was something that allowed my arms to move, and I was like, I had to do something that made me feel strong. When I would say the mantra, right? When I would say the mantra, I would say, I can't remember that part of it, but it talked about being undefeated, and I would hit my chest. Now, I know some people, would be like, oh, that's so masculine. I don't care what you got to say. Because listen, I'm fighting a battle that doesn't care that I'm female. How about that? I'm fighting a battle that doesn't care if I'm female. You think the enemy gonna come up against me and I'm gonna be like, no, can you please not? How can you please not touch me? No, I'm gonna be like, what? This ain't what you want, enemy. It ain't. It reminds me that at the core of my being, I have an all-powerful, all-knowing, ever-present God fighting for me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. The problem is too many believers, too many Christians are running around begging for what's already yours. You beg, I ain't begging for nothing. My daddy already told me what my birthright is. My daddy already told me who I am. And because I know, I feel like I got to beg nobody for nothing. I ain't got to beg you to like me. I ain't got to beg you to agree with me. I ain't got to beg you for your approval. I don't care about your approval. There's only one approval I care for, and that's God's. If you don't approve of me, so what? You don't have to. It's your prerogative. You do what you want to. Spend your energy where you want to. But while you spending your energy not approving of me, I'm spending my energy fighting the battles that I've been ordained to fight. And that ain't it. For a long time, I didn't understand that. For a long time, I felt like I needed to prove to everybody. I needed to prove to the world. I needed to prove to the church. I needed to prove to my friends. I needed to prove to everybody that I really am who I say I am. I really am that person. No, no, no. I let my actions speak for themselves. Check my fruit. Check my fruit. Check my fruit. I don't have time for that. But I had to learn that. I had to learn that all the things I overcome was my indication from God that I was undefeated. Oh, you don't believe it? Let me just go through a few things, just a few things, just share a few things with you, okay? Firstborn of a teen mother, raised by my grandparents. First captain, African-American captain of the Flag Corps, first junior to become captain. Then they didn't even give me captain. They made me co-captain because it had never happened before. And there was a senior there who they wanted to be captain. So her mom fought for us to be co-captains because she was a senior, right? Right? First one in my family to go to college. Went to college, right? Went to college, graduated in 4 years and a semester with a baby. Got pregnant, continued classes, and took 21 hours with a 3.9, 4.0 those semesters. Don't play with me. Graduated 4 years and a summer, began to teach college as a graduate teaching assistant. My own classes, I'm teaching people older than me at 20. While I was teaching, I turned 21. Worked on my master's, finished my master's in a year and a half. Started my PhD program at that half a year. So got my master's, started my PhD program, graduated with my PhD at 28. Finished my dissertation in a crazy amount of time, like wrote the entire dissertation, had to start over, wrote the dissertation from start to finish in a 30-day span. And when I defended it, I was in there for 20 minutes. Don't play with me. I had a few like word changes or punctuation changes, and that was it. Angel number 144. I say it not to brag, but I say it to let you know that in the midst of all that time, what else was going on? I got married. I got divorced. Listen to me. I'm trying to tell y'all what was going on. I'm working on my master's and I separate from my husband because I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Listen, I leave the house. I leave everything. I still pay bills. I still pay for the kids' daycare. I still buy food. And then listen to this. I need y'all to understand. I had to make the decision while I got myself together. I just needed 6 months. I needed 6 months. If I could have 6 months, I knew that I would be back on track. My kids went to stay with my ex-husband's mother. She kept them for 6 months. At the end of their school year, I was able to go get them and have an apartment, have furniture, have a car, have all of that. I did all of that in the face of the adversity while I was still working on my PhD. See, you need to understand that when you look back over your track record ain't just about you. It's about how God has shown up in your life. Listen, angel number 155, I'm trying to tell y'all that you're sitting back and you're looking at things wrong. You're looking at it through the wrong lens. I need you to look back over your life and see what has God brought you through. What has he brought you through? What has he brought you through? Dated a guy, I was number 2. You know what I'm talking about. I was number 2. He had a chain, right? But I was number 2. Lived with him, but I was number 2. Lived with him. Broke up with number 1. I became number 1. Somebody else, of course, moved up to number 2. Went through cheating and going back and forth. And baby, let me tell y'all something. Listen, I wasn't playing no games. I'll fight her and you. What? What are you talking about? You finna do this in my face? Oh, no, we're not doing that, baby. We're not doing that. That's what we're not doing. Made it through it. Ended up getting a job at, listen, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, when I tell y'all God is good to me, God is good to me. He's always put people in my life who would defend and protect me no matter what was going on in my life. I'm talking about people who really genuinely had my back. So that even though I was in Lexington without family, I had family. I learned how to build family. So I couldn't say while I was pregnant, oh, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to quit because it's too hard. No, I found a way. God put people in my life and I wasn't afraid to ask for what I needed. I wasn't afraid to ask for help. If I needed some help, I needed some help. And I did what I needed to do. Listen, y'all, we can make excuses or we can have success. We can't have both. If you think you can have both, you're wrong. You're wrong. I remember going to class as an undergraduate. Was this undergrad or grad school? This was undergrad. As an undergrad, I would have to go to class. And I remember we had the ML King Cultural Center, right? And the Cultural Center is where the African-American students, the Black students would get together in the Cultural Center on campus. And I remember having to go to class and I had my son. I didn't have a sitter. And I remember people would just volunteer to watch him for me while I went to class. There were times I had to take him to class. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, there are no excuses. No, I don't care what you say, why you can't be successful, why you gotta quit, listen, my life was not perfect. It wasn't perfect. It was challenging. But maybe I did what I needed to do. And I had to remind myself because there were times when I felt like, and maybe y'all have never felt this, but there were times when I felt like I had failed. There were times I felt like that I wasn't good enough. There were times when I felt like I was faking. There were times when I felt like I was going to be found out. But do you know what I realized? I realized that not only am I brilliant, but I'm resilient. Baby, listen. Brilliance without resilience is not going to get you too far, right? Because life is going to happen. Not it might, not it could. Life is going to happen. Life is going to life. And when life, we got a God. What? We got a God. We ain't got time to do nothing else. We've got to God. We've got to look at our life and say, wow, God, you brought me through this and this and this and this and this, and I'm still here. I'm still here. Yes, Darnell, that's a whole shirt. Brilliant and resilient. Don't play with me. Listen, I'm telling y'all this not to brag, but for you all to understand that at some point you got to find those overcoming stories in your life. How has God brought you through? Listen, I always had health challenges and I didn't understand what it was until much later. They diagnosed me with fibromyalgia, which is a conglomerate of different things. It's genetics, though. And I'm trying to figure out, where it's coming from, what's going on, right? Then I met my biological daddy, angel number 155, and my family on that side. My sister was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. You understand? So there's some things that are genetic that I couldn't figure out where it was coming from because I was looking in the wrong place. But God kept me. I remember having mini strokes. I had a series of mini strokes. I remember one time my blood pressure was, oh my goodness, it was something ridiculous. 200, something over 160 or so. It was something where I should have been stroked out. But I wasn't. Okay. I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. My husband at the time, I don't know what he thought. But I went in and I said, something is off. I don't feel right. And I fell into bed and he was like, well, just lay down. I could no longer talk. All I could do was move my eyes. So I can't communicate to him that I can't move. I literally could not move. My blood pressure was 200 over 160. I could not move. Literally could not move. I could have died right there. I think my sister called and asked him, what was going on, where was I? And, and he was like, oh, she laying down. She said she didn't feel good. She said, well, did you call the ambulance? No, I told her just lay down and rest. And my sister came out there. And she was talking to me, and all I could do was move my eyes. And she said, why didn't you call the ambulance? She calls the ambulance. The ambulance comes. They discover that my blood pressure is through the roof, right? They take me to the hospital. I get to the hospital. They give me the drug that they give people when they're in the early stages of a stroke. But my symptoms subsided because it was not an actual stroke. It was what's called a mini stroke, a transischemic attack, right? And I kept having them and having them and having them. And I didn't understand why. I didn't know what it was. The doctors told me, oh, you're just stressed. I'm a Black woman in America. Of course I'm stressed, but it's not something that's going to make me just do this. Like, listen, come on now. No, there's more to it than this. Eventually they discovered, I was with a whole nother husband by this time. Eventually they discovered that I had a hole in my heart. And what was happening was fatty tissue was going through the hole, and instead of being filtered out, it was shooting to my brain, causing the mini strokes. Took them a long time to find it out. A lot of times me going to the hospital and them telling me it's in your mind, it's in your mind, it's in your mind, it's in your mind, right? But when they found it and they performed the surgery, I'm just telling y'all, when they performed the surgery, they went in through a vein in my leg, right, to install a device to close the hole. They went in through a vein in my leg. The device was good up to 12 millimeters. The hole was exactly 12 millimeters, 1 millimeter larger. And they would have had to crack open my chest and perform open heart surgery in order to repair it. I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. I was in an abusive marriage. In an abusive marriage, he never put his hands on me, although he used his size to threaten me. But baby, I'm undefeated. You don't scare me. I don't scare easy. I'm not the woman that some women would have buckled under that. Some woman would have been in a corner somewhere crying. Baby, you're going to have to kill me. Kill me. Because if I die, I know I'm going to heaven. Kill me. But just know this. If you try to kill me, oh, you gonna know that there was a battle. It was gonna be an entanglement, all right. It's gonna be an entanglement. They gonna see that you was entangled, okay? I might die, but they gonna see that you entangled because I ain't scared, right? I know who I serve. I know who I belong to. See, this is what I'm telling you. When you know you belong to God, you know you protected. Now, I ain't out here trying to start nothing, but baby, I definitely will do everything within my power to finish it and me be on top. I'm just telling you. Went through it. I'm talking about spiritual abuse, mental abuse. It was so many ways that when I would have a mini stroke or I had to go to the hospital, he would make it so my family couldn't call and ask about me. He would make it so they couldn't reach me. I was isolated. All the things that I would recognize with other people, I didn't recognize in my life. But I still came out undefeated. And that same man had to come back and tell me, you really were a Proverbs 31 woman. You really were a good wife. You really were. And if I hadn't messed it up, we could have had an amazing ministry. We could have been that couple on billboards. We could have. But I didn't appreciate what I had. Listen, let me tell you something. If someone doesn't appreciate who you are, you ain't got to prove nothing to them. I promise you, one day they'll see it, whether they ever come back and say anything or not. Whether he ever came back and said anything or not, it did not change who I was. It did not change how I moved in that marriage. It did not change how I showed up. It did not change how I supported him. It didn't change it. And if you know, you know. Angel number 166. If you know, you know. And those who don't know, it ain't for them to know. Do you understand? You got to understand that God is doing something amazing in your life and you are undefeated. Stop focusing on those moments. What did I say? Moments. They're just moments. Moments where, it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, and so you feel away. Or you're not where you think you should be, and so you feel away. So what? You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. If you were supposed to be anywhere else, God would have you there. You're not. For whatever reason. For whatever reason, you're supposed to be right where you are right now. Maybe it's to take stock of your life. Maybe it's to look back over your life. Maybe it's for you to go to a place of gratitude, because I am grateful. The number of car wrecks that I had where I should have been dead. The number of times that I've been in situations where I should have been dead. The number of times that I was in situations where I tried to take my own life. I tried to kill myself 3 times and didn't succeed and was mad. Like, what? Who takes a bottle of Prozac and a bottle of Effexor and chases it with alcohol or a beer and lives? Who does that? Who does that? Me? Why? I'm undefeated. David's brothers were looking at Goliath and they were like, hold on, we're not going to go out there and fight him. He big. You see how big he is? Look at his hands. His hands are so huge. Ooh, he can just grab me by my head with his hand and just squeeze my head. But David looked and he saw something different. He saw someone who dared and had the gall and the audacity to come against his God. And he said, who? Y'all gonna let him talk about God like that? Y'all finna let him sit here and talk about God like that? I know you lying in my April Green Anderson voice. I know you lying. You gonna sit and let him talk about God like that? And he said, I'll fight him. Everybody's like, are you sure? But you're just a boy. I said, I'll fight him. Well, here, Saul tried to put his armor on him. Now, Saul, you had the armor. You wouldn't go fight him. Come on now. So he tried to put his armor on him, tried to give him his sword. Everything was too heavy for David. David said, this don't feel right. This don't feel right. Because sometimes you think that you got to put on what someone else has put on in order to fight your battle. God's going to allow you to fight the battle that you're fighting in what looks like an impossibility, an impossible situation. There's no way that you can fight with a slingshot and 5 little rocks. Like, there ain't no way you finna beat this big old man with a slingshot and 5 rocks, little as you are. Come on now. What you doing? You need something. They said, no, I'm good. I got what I need. Because what he really needed was the belief and the confidence that he could. And that's what took him to success. Belief changes everything. When you believe you can, you can. When you believe you will, you will. When you believe you've won, you've won. Even if it doesn't look like it to anybody else. Even if it doesn't look like it to anybody else. This month, well, last month, I had to take my belief and I had to share it with some people and say, listen, you may not see it all right now, but listen to me. Listen, Linda, listen. If you just believe and go for it, you're going to see success. But you got to believe. You can't be like, But success will make a believer out of you. Sometimes you got to see other people do it before you do it. But somebody got to do it. Don't you know you're that somebody for somebody else? Somebody's watching you, waiting for you to do it. They said, thanks for this word, Dr. V. Straight up spiritual warrior. Listen, because, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I'm a warrior. Let me tell you why. There's too many people out here that talk the talk, but don't walk the walk. They don't believe enough to fight for it. I don't have time for that. All my life, I've had to fight. Because I was the first. I was the first, and the first, and the first, and the first. And I fought systems. I fought systems of oppression. I fought systems. I didn't fight people. I fought systems that were designed for me to fail, systems that were designed to take me out. And I always was the one where they would say, oh, I can't believe she got the audacity. Yeah, that's me. Call me audacious, okay? I got the audacity to ask for what I need, to say what needs to be said, to do what must be done. I can do it. I know how to leave and I know how to stay. Whichever thing I got to do, I know how to do it. I can't believe, well, you know, you can't say anything when you're an untenured professor. Who can't say nothing? I'm going to say something. It meant that I had to take blows. It meant that I was attacked. It meant that I was targeted. It meant that I was blackballed. It meant all of that. But I do not care because nobody can stop what God desires to do in my life. Nobody. Nobody. Listen to me. Not even me, because he'll find a way to make me do it. Like, for real. So I fight for what I want. When God shows me something, I believe him. 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna say 10 out of 10. 9 times out of 10, I'm going for it and I'm gonna go hard. That other 1% of the time, that's the time when I allow myself to get caught up in my insecurities, because I still have them. It doesn't mean I don't have them. I just choose not to let them always win. I choose, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go back over my record. Let me share with you my record, okay? Clearly, you done forgot your record, okay? Remember your record. Go back over your record. You're stronger than you know. You're stronger than you know. You've accomplished more than you realize. And you're destined for destiny. Destined for destiny, a destiny that's great. Because he who began a good work in you is faithful and just to bring it to completion until the coming of Christ. I've learned that in those moments when I began to feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, I should be further along, I should be this, I should be that. Those are often times when God is trying to get my attention and there's something he's trying to show me. Something that may be in me, something that may be in my life that's holding up my progression. Doesn't mean I failed. It doesn't mean I'm a failure. It simply means that God is trying to show me some stuff that needs to shift in order for me to get to that next place. The month of October was my month of shifting, really my focus from me to others. You know, people have often said to me that I'm selfish, right? I'm very focused on what I want and what I desire, right? And I'm very focused on accomplishing the goals that I desire to accomplish. Those things that I feel like God has set for me to do, I'm very focused on it. And it means that I will get tunnel vision to the point where if it's not aligning with the tunnel, then it's off to the side. It's off to the side, right? People say that's selfish. You can call it selfish. But I know what God was doing for me, saying, hey, listen, I know you're focused, and I know you know what you can do. I know that. But I need you to help some other people figure out what they can do. And I'd be like, but Lord, they moving slow. Lord, they don't believe. They not listening. He said, well, I need you to figure out how to help them connect with it. I'm like, Lord, I've been trying to tell them they not listening. He said, try again. Go out into the deep. Cast your net on the other side. Because when you do this, it's going to change everything for everyone, including you. Because you cannot do this by yourself. I said, okay, God. The end result is God showed himself strong and mighty. And for my obedience, I was able to help 5 other people join the 500 Club. And because I helped them join the 500 Club, we joined the 1000 Club. But my focus was on them. My focus was on them. How can I help you get there? You may be in a position where you find yourself struggling because you're trying to accomplish goals and you're trying to do it by yourself, and you feel like you failed. You may need to shift your focus. You may need to shift your focus. God may be calling you to pay attention to some things around you, some people around you, because I'm going to tell you, there are places God won't let you go when you're attached to certain people. If you're attached to someone that he is not, like they can't go with you, oh, you're not going to go till that person is gone. I know we don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Sometimes we're attached to people that God will not allow to go to your next place, but you're trying to take them there. You're trying to keep them there. It ain't God, it's you. God is trying to move them. So now you feeling a way about you because you're not letting go of someone that God needs you to let go of. Safety net, crutch. But it's not. It's not where you're supposed to be. It's not who you're supposed to be with. It's not who's supposed to be in your life. It's not who you're supposed to do this with. When you recognize that and you make those adjustments, you'll discover all of a sudden everything shifts. Everything flows. Wow, God, wow. What I'm telling you is this. It's time for examination. It's time for you to examine you and to examine those connected to you. And when you do that and you begin to release that which is holding you back, you're going to discover a whole new world, a new exciting point of view. Come on, y'all. God is trying to get your attention. He's trying to tell you something. And you're internalizing it. Don't internalize it. Look, examine. I had to examine me, my heart, my thinking, my patience. I had to examine me. I had to examine those connected to me. And I had to say, God, what is it that you would have me do? And it meant that for the month, I didn't do the things I normally do. I did not do the things I normally do, but I got further than I normally would. Look at that. You see that? That's the power of leveraging the efforts of multiple people so that everybody can win. We're not good at that. We're so silo. It's just me and mine, my little world. I don't need nobody else, But the truth of the matter is we need each other. And when we understand that and we come together, then we'll be able to accomplish great exploits. When they built the Tower of Babel, when they were building it, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit had to come down. God said, whoa, hold up now, wait a minute. We're going to have to go down and see what they're doing. Because they were on one accord. It's very difficult to stop a group of people on one accord. Get on one accord, find the unity. Allow God to do whatever he needs to do in you and through you for you to be in that place, and then watch how things change. God said, we got to go down, because if we don't, they will build a tower all the way into heaven. He said, oh, no, we got to go down and check on them. We got to stop this. We got to stop this. Because when they come together, there is nothing that will be impossible for them. I'm in my nothing impossible season. This is my nothing impossible with God season. This is the season where God is making up for the things that he promised me that I didn't get because of me or because of others. It doesn't matter why I didn't get them. What matters is that, oh no, this is the season where it's showing up. This is the season where I'm going to really be able to help a lot of people. This is the season where I really do make millionaires. This is that season. This is that season. This is the season when I prepare a next generation of prophets to go forth. This is that season. There was a time when I thought I wasn't qualified to prepare the next generation of prophets. God said, no, I need you. Because I need some prophets who are warriors. I don't need no weak jelly-backed, no spine having prophets. Yes, baby. It takes that. See, I couldn't do it by myself. That's the power of two. I need my husband. My husband doesn't show up like I show up, and I don't show up like he shows up. But the way we show up together allows us to impact lives. Look, this is what I'm going to say to y'all. And I want you to hear me very clearly. This is not the season to cry. This is not the season to moan, groan, and complain. This is the season to examine, adjust, and move. This is a battle. This is a war. And when you're in war, you need to be able to see. So that uncomfortable feeling that you feel, that discontent that you feel, that inadequacy that you feel is simply an indicator light coming on saying that there's some things you need to examine and adjust. It's just an indicator. It's not real. It's just an indicator. It's a flashing light. You know how you have the light that comes on in your car and then they test it and they say, no, there's nothing wrong, but the light is still on, right? That's what that is. It's just the light. The light is on. The light is on. Just check it, see what's going on. And if something's wrong and you fix it, the light goes off, hopefully. Sometimes the light stays on, just as a reminder. It's the enemy trying to mess with you. I'll say this. I'm undefeated. And when you believe you're undefeated, you'll walk in that too. I don't care what happens in my life. I don't care what it looks like I've lost. I don't care who it looks like I've lost. I don't care what anyone says about me. I don't care what anyone does. I don't care about any of that, because at the end of the day, I will always, and I repeat, and I'm going to say it softly, but with great intensity, always come out on top. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop that. It's who I am. It's my birthright. It's my destiny. I'm undefeated. And so are you. The only way you're defeated is when you defeat you. That's it. You have to give up. You have to throw in the towel. You have to be like this. I just throw in the towel. I just throw in the towel. And meanwhile, while you're throwing in the towel, someone else is waiting for you to show up undefeated, to show them that they're undefeated. Now that's selfish. Pick yourself up. Wash your face. And let's go. We have lives to change, starting with ours. I need you to get that, because God is doing some great things. I'm undefeated. Put it in the comments if you're undefeated. I'm undefeated. Say it with your chest. I'm undefeated. I need you to understand. I'm undefeated. Undefeated, 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 undefeated. I'm undefeated. Play with somebody else. Don't play with me, because you're going to be mad. You're going to be big mad. You're going to be like, I don't know why she over there talking about she undefeated and she ain't this and she ain't that. I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. Y'all know how you used to be when you was kids. I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. Now look at me. Now look at me. I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. You can't stop me, because I'm unstoppable. I get all the way in it. This is why I like gospel rap, because I be like, I mean, my God. This is why I like gospel rap. My God. I be wanting to bust people over the head. My God. Who did it? 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 My God! The devil thought he had me, but my God! He tried to take me out, but my God! Listen, y'all, I'm trying to tell you. Look, you gotta understand this thing. You gotta stand on this thing. Yes, Lakita. Chosen for it. See, this is the thing. This is the problem. This is why y'all be saying and stuff. Y'all be like, God picking on me. What is always getting why I'm always so always happening to me? Oh, it's always me. I can really have been there. I've done it, okay? This is the truth. God chose you. He picked you for his team. He picked you for those battles. He said, let me see who can I? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to send Veronica. I'm going to send Veronica. I'm going to send Dr. V. I'm going to put Dr. V in that one, baby, because I know she's going to get through it. I know she's going to pass. I know she's going to show up. I know she's going to show people what it looked like to ride for me. Okay, go, Dr. V. I picked Dr. V. I picked Dr. V. Meanwhile, I'm over here talking about something. Wait, what? Can y'all pick somebody else? I need y'all to come up so God can pick y'all, okay? Yeah, y'all pick somebody else, God. Pick somebody else. Then I realized, man, what an honor for God to look at you and your life and your character and who you are, and not because you're perfect, but just who you are, right? And say, oh, yeah, she can face this. All right, let's go. Because I'm undefeated. And I'm undefeated because I'm in him and he's in me. Makes me undefeated. It's my birthright to be undefeated. I come from a long line of warriors that are undefeated. Don't play with us. Know who you are. Know who you are. Check the record in case you forgot. Check your record in case you've forgotten. If you need to remind the world, remind them. But baby, today, I need you to walk in your undefeated stature and your undefeated status. Yes, Jason, we were built and wired for it. I had to be born in August because God needed a lion. Huh? He knew exactly when to have me born. I know y'all like, oh, that's a day. But there's something about the cosmic energies that God releases in certain time frames that helps to shape certain personalities. Not that you gotta be anything, but God knew, he knew how he needed me to be. He knew how he needed me to be this right here, this, and all that comes along with it. Everything else, everything he needs to smooth out, he smooths out. Everything he needs to auto-correct, he auto-corrects. Whatever he's got to do to shape me and form me into the me that he ultimately needs me to be, for my destiny to be fulfilled, for his work on the earth to be done, baby, I'm in that process. And so that's why I'm always on the scripture. He who began a good work in me is faithful and just to bring it to completion until the coming of Christ. That means that he's working on me until Christ comes or I die, whichever one comes first. So I don't be mad at me because I mess up. I don't be mad at me because I miss the mark. I don't have time to stay stuck in that place. I mess up, repent, apologize, move forward. Y'all stop beating yourself up. Nah. God's brought you too far. Angel number 177 for you to give up now. So don't. Know that you're undefeated. Ooh, every time I say that, I just want to be like, I just want to be like, it helped that I got my daddy sweatsuit on. I'll be like, I'm channeling my Oscar Wiggins Jr. energy. Listen, undefeated. This one can't be beat. That's what my great granddaddy said when he held my daddy up in the air as a baby, right? He's got a whole Kuna Kente story. He said, yeah, and my mama said that her daddy held me up and said, this one can't be beat. When you come from a story like that, you'll be feeling like, yeah. I felt like that before I knew the story and before I knew my daddy. But now I'm really like, that explains it. That's why I be like the bounce back kid. I be like the Weebles. They wobble, but they don't fall down. Do y'all remember Weebles? Them little things that they were always moving and you could roll them and they roll all the way around, but they bounce right back up. They just straight up. And that's how people see my life, because that's literally how my life, it didn't matter what happened. It didn't matter how many times I was married, how many times I was divorced, how many times I moved, how many places I taught, how many attacks I endured, how many people came against me, how many things that I experienced. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I always bounced back and I came back better than before. See, that's why I'm at the place now where when challenges come, I'll be like, okay, because you know what? I know what this means. I know I'm going to come back better, bigger and better than before. And you need to understand that God has given you your comeback stories, because his goal is for not only you to understand that you're undefeated, but the world to understand that you're undefeated. Undefeated. Play with somebody else, not me. Y'all listen. I want you to know, listen, we've got the prophetic boot camp. There is still time for you to register. Our next class is on Monday. After Monday, I'm going to close it all the way down because we'll be too far into me for somebody to come in. But you can go to bit.ly/Dr. V Prophetic Bootcamp BC. Dr. V Prophetic BC to register. Y'all listen, we've got payment plans, we've got afterpay. There's no reason money should be the reason that you don't participate, right? So make sure that you get in, get your spot, get that done, make it happen, because it is your time. Now, I pray this word bless you. If the word bless you and you want to sow a seed into the life of the prophet of God, listen, who is what? Y'all know what I am. What am I, baby? Undefeated. Hey, you can do so at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Y'all, let's have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Know that I love you to life and life more abundant. Be great. Mwah. Just